the centuries to remember me with the greatest of men. When I'm gone, I live on through the fruits of my labor and legacy, reaching heights that rival any skyscraper. Promise that you'll sing about me forever. History, I won't be a mystery. So I stand up, focus on developing my crafts. I stand out, don't follow, create my own path. I stand in until I win. Remain balanced with the knowledge of self. Wisdom is the greatest type of wealth. I want to be felt in the deepest part of your heart and your brain. I'm a hurricane. I'm an earthquake. History, remember me like the worst heartbreak. History, remember me like a first love. History, remember me like a grandmother's nurturing hug. So when the future feels the ripples of my passion, they'll know it comes from massive action. History, audience, remember me. Feel my words within. Stand up, stand out, stand in. Contest master, fellow Toastmasters, and amazing guests. I have the amazing opportunity to share with you this poem that I wrote. I wrote it as motivation. I wrote it as inspiration. And I wrote it as a guidance to myself for the many times in my life where I felt inadequate. I felt overwhelmed by the conditions that I was in. Raise your hands if any of you all have felt overwhelmed by conditions you were in. Raise them up, raise them up. Great, the entire room. It either means my poem was great or we all have shared this same experience. I hope it's both. I hope it's both. Now, this poem is a reminder to me and everyone that you do not have to be a victim of your circumstances or your conditions. You can influence and create your own conditions. You can become a force of nature. You can become a force of change in you and other people's lives. And there are 3 declarations that I made to myself, stated in this poem, that remind me how I can be a force of change in my own life. Stand up, stand out, and stand in. Stand up means to be resolute, to be decisive. Forces of nature are resolute. They are decisive. The sun shines every day. Is anything stopping the sun? No. You too must be resolute in your decision making. Something that I made as a decision that I was resolute is furniture making. Now, I don't know if any of you all have tried to make furniture out there. Terrible. It doesn't come out great the first time. It doesn't. I admit that. But moving into my first house, I have what's known as, new renter's money. I don't have all the money, but I'm moving into my first house. So I need a couch. And you know what? I want to be creative enough to build my own couch. And as crazy as that sounded to everyone who knew me, I told them I'm building my couch. And for everyone who was around me and could help, they were going to help me build my couch, and I was going to work until it got done. And I finished that couch. And I created conditions with that couch. I got a ton of bodies that everyone who lays there long enough, you'll take a nap. It's amazing. Stand up. Stand out. Be different. Be distinguished. Forces of nature are unpredictable. Does anyone know the path of a tornado or a hurricane? No? Can anything stop it? No. It will move in any direction it chooses. Nothing will stop it. Something that distinguishes me is some of my philosophies. I'll share one of them with you. Has anyone heard jack of all trades, And what comes after?
Master.
Master of none. What makes me different, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe it. Why can't I be a master of every discipline that I choose? And I do choose to be a master of all my disciplines. And for those of you who know me, I try my best to do each and everything that comes into my brain, and I will try my hardest to master everything. Mastery comes not from being the most amazing person in the world at that particular skill. Mastery comes from knowing in depth your craft well enough to teach others and influence them. Stand out. Stand in. In order to have an influence, in order to create conditions, you must be centered. You must be balanced. Forces of nature are very centered. They are very balanced. There is nothing that is going to move them out of the way. If you've all seen the inside of a tornado or a hurricane, you have the eye of the storm. It's very calm. It's very balanced. Nothing can move it. There's one way that I stay balanced is through breathing technique. Now we're going to do a breathing technique. This is something like yoga, so if any of y'all have done it, I want you all to just close your eyes, take a deep breath, sit up straight. Don't let that fool bug you right now. We're going to breathe. Breathe deeply from the diaphragm, just in and out. Just breathe in and out. Anytime you want to create new conditions, anytime you're feeling overwhelmed, just take deep breaths. Control yourself. Be centered. Be balanced. This will help you in creating your conditions. So all of you remember, it takes 3 declarations that I have declared to myself and you all can declare to yourself to be a force of nature. I want you all to remember my words. Feel them deep within. Stand up, stand out, stand in. Now the contest master.